Good morning. I'm gonna make another intro to game assignment here. This time we are going to do a maze. Now, we need two things for this. We need a maze and something to go through the maze. So we'll just do the cat because he's convenient. Let's make him small. There you go. And let's draw a maze. Let's go to the choose your own backdrop, and I'm going to choose paint. I am going to choose just a dark color here. I'm going to paint out a maze. Paint in a maze. And my artistry skills are not terribly great. Should probably use a straight line here. That looks a little bit better. Should also make this line thicker. There we go. Get rid of that. And I don't know, it doesn't have to be a particularly complicated maze here because we're just drawing something to draw. There we go. There's a maze. Let's go back over here. Code on our sprite. And here's what we want. We want to be able to control the sprite like we did in the Make It Fly one. We're going to use when up arrow pressed. And when down arrow pressed. And when right arrow pressed. And when left arrow pressed. And I want these to go off of the Cartesian coordinates. So I'm going to do change x by under right, change x by negative, change y by negative here. Now, it goes, and he just walks right through that maze, and that's a little bit easier maze than we want. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to use some loops that are, for once, not in forever loops. We're going to want some loops, or some conditionals, I should say. They can be loops, but this time they're just going to be conditionals. Some sensing here. So we're going to do if touching color. It can't touch a sprite because I chose to draw on the background rather than make a sprite. And for touching color, I can go through and try to make sure it's the same color, or I can use the little dropper and pick the color in the middle there. And what do I want it to happen when it touches a color? There's two options you can go with. You can give it collision, as in when you touch it, he doesn't walk through, or when he touches it, he starts back over. I'm going to choose a collision. And for this, I'm going to choose the opposite thing that I have above. So I have change y by 10, then it changes y by -10. So I can totally walk through here. If I try to go up, it just stops. It's touching that color. And then we'll just go through and duplicate this. Oh, I went in the wrong spot. Give this the opposite. Duplicate here and do change x by -10. This one by +10. There we go. Whenever it touches the line there, it'll go through and move back. And I should always, 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 when you make a game, you need to test it out yourself to make sure it is solvable. Way too many times I've had games turned in where it turns out you can't win. They haven't tested it out themselves, and they've put little spots where you can't actually go past. Always check to make sure your character can in fact go through. Now, if you, instead of wanting collision, if you want to say make it so that when it touches it, it goes back to the beginning, you would just then do this. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. And you would replace it with these. Now every time he touches, it goes back to the beginning. Now I know it's possible to go through because I went through with just normal collision, but the game is now a lot harder. Should be a lot more careful to be able to make it through. One more thing I can add here is lives. Make a variable, life. Now for a life, we want to set it to 3 when green flag checks start. And we'll put a forever loop on this one. A conditional. We always want to use inequalities just in case for some reason we go past the value we want. So I'm going to do less than 1. Back over here to life. If life is less than 1, that would include 0. Then broadcast game over. And we could do things like when receive game over, height. And when green flag checked, next to each other so we can find them. Show. And we can make a new sprite that I'm just going to draw. Game over. It's going to say it's going to have to say it in a different color. There we go. And let's give it a different font that looks a little bit better. There we go. Bigger. the center of it over the center there. There we go. Go to its costume and say, when green flag check, hide. And when message received game over, show. I'm going to do a little effect here. Gonna first clear the effect just in case. Not that it really matters with this effect that I'm going to do. I'm going to forever change size. Here's size. I guess we just got color. No, we won't change it. That effect will. I think there's a scale on. There we go. Change size by 10. Then I'm going to go and repeat that. Let's duplicate it. Go by -10. And let's do that because I need to set size to 100. It's under a different place than I thought. And yeah, I think that would be it. Oh, and we have to do something that removes a life. So let's go here and say, when it's touching the color, change life by -1. I have it after it moves so that I have it after it moves so that it doesn't accidentally do changing the life more than once. Okay. Start. Oh, and he's starting over there. Let's do green flag checked. The same value. Put that there. That again, in green flag checked. Oh, there he is at the beginning. Oh, he hit a wall. And he goes and, oh, he hit a wall again. Oh no, he hit a wall. Oh, it's not moving in and out. Maybe that's too small. Let's see. Let's try this. Stop. Let's look at these, see what it's doing. Should be doing that. Negative. All right, that's what it should be doing. Let's look at what it's doing here. So let's just do this. Let's see if that was working. Okay. That's what it should see. Now let's put it in the forever loop. Okay. That's what it should say. Oh no, I didn't before. Let's try it again. Let's just kill ourselves immediately. That's interesting. Stop. Start. I think I know what's happening. This is going and broadcasting game over again and again. So this sprite keeps on stopping. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through. I am going to do stop, but I don't want to stop all, or else I would stop that last script. I'm going to do stop this script after broadcast game over. Let's do that again. There we go, and it works. Always test your stuff and think of what could be causing your scripts not to work. Often it is some other script telling it something else at the same time. That's getting closer to a full game. All right, we would go through and title it. Maze example. We would share it. We would add it to the studio. That totally would exist if I wasn't on my account. All right, that's it for that one.